Welcome to Missing Persons Archives, a channel dedicated to sharing real stories of those who vanished without a trace. Here, we explore the facts, the timelines, the investigations, and the unanswered questions behind each disappearance. These are more than cases. They are people, and every story deserves to be told. Subscribe and join us as we shine a light on the missing. In this episode, we take you back to one of the most haunting and baffling missing persons cases in Oregon history. This is the mysterious disappearance of the Martin family. People mysteriously vanishing isn't new, and sadly, it's more common than most realize. But what sets some disappearances apart are the bizarre details, the strange coincidences, and the total lack of answers. Such is the case of the Martin family, who, on a seemingly ordinary December afternoon in 1958, got into their family car and drove off, never to be seen again. On December 7th, 1958, Kenneth Martin, his wife Barbara, and their three daughters, Barbie, 14, Virginia, 13, and Susie, 11, set out from their home in Portland, Oregon. Their plan? A day trip to the Columbia River Gorge to cut down a Christmas tree and enjoy the outdoors. It was a mild winter day. Spirits were high. No one suspected this outing would become one of Oregon's most perplexing, unsolved cases. When the Martins didn't return home that night, concern set in. By the following day, they were reported missing. Police began retracing their steps and quickly found a few clues. The family was seen at a gas station along their planned route, and later at a restaurant in Hood River. But after that, nothing. Back at their home, everything appeared normal. Dishes from breakfast sat in the sink. Laundry was in mid-cycle. A significant amount of cash was left behind. It looked as if the Martins had every intention of returning that night. Investigators suspected the family may have accidentally driven off the road into the Columbia River. Suspicious tire tracks were found near a cliff, along with paint chips matching the color and make of the Martins' 1954 red and cream Ford station wagon. Despite extensive searches, including lowering water levels at Bonneville Dam and scanning with sonar, no car or bodies were found. Even the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers joined the effort. Still, the river gave up no secrets. As the days turned into weeks, details emerged that only deepened the mystery. A white Chevrolet, stolen from California, was found abandoned in Cascade Locks near the Martins' suspected last known location. Two men, later arrested for car theft, were reportedly seen by multiple witnesses at the same restaurant as the Martin family at the exact same time. One of the men was named Roy Light. The other was never identified publicly. Shockingly, police never questioned the two men about the disappearance. They dismissed any connection as irrelevant. Even more troubling, authorities discovered a woman's glove near the abandoned Chevy, a bloodied pistol stashed nearby, and yet none of it was collected as evidence. The potential link to the Martin family? Ignored. In February 1959, more than 2 months after the Martins vanished, tragedy resurfaced. The bodies of Virginia and Susan Martin were found downstream, 30 miles apart, on the shores of the Columbia River. The coroner ruled drowning as the cause of death, though Virginia had a mysterious hole in her skull that was never fully explained. No trace of Kenneth, Barbara, Barbie, or the family car has ever been found. Many believed this supported the theory of a tragic accident, but not everyone agreed, including one man who became obsessed with the case. Detective Walter Graven, assigned to the case in Multnomah County, wasn't convinced this was an accident. He believed foul play was involved. He noted that the idea of the family car vanishing entirely, especially in such a rocky and shallow section of the river, was unlikely. He also questioned why so many suspicious clues were ignored. Graven discovered the gun found near the stolen Chevy had once been purchased from a department store called Meyer and Frank. Oddly enough, that same gun had been reported stolen by none other than Donald Martin, the Martins' eldest son and only surviving family member. Donald had been stationed at a Navy base in New York at the time of the disappearance, but his behavior after the fact raised suspicions. He didn't attend his family's memorial service. He didn't help in the search efforts. And he offered little emotion or insight when questioned. Graven made Donald his prime suspect, but without any hard evidence, just a trail of unanswered questions, he couldn't move forward with charges. Donald Martin passed away in 2003, taking whatever he knew, if anything, to the grave. Over the years, the case grew cold. Despite one of the largest search operations in Oregon history and multiple dives into the Columbia River, neither the car nor the remaining family members have ever been found. Author J.B. Fisher, who wrote a book on the case titled Echo of Distant Water, said it best: trying to stick to the accident theory is actually the tougher path. Any one element would not be enough on its own, but taken in totality, it's another story. Many believe that what happened to the Martins was no accident, and that the case was quietly swept under the rug, either from investigative failure or something more sinister. Why were the two men at the restaurant ignored as suspects? Why wasn't the gun with blood on it processed? Why were only 2 of the daughters recovered? And how was their cause of death so easily declared? To this day, no official explanation has ever satisfied those who followed the case. What happened to the Martin family remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the Pacific Northwest. A family vanished, clues ignored, and the truth buried, maybe forever. If you found this case as haunting as we did, please subscribe to Missing Persons Archives. Help us keep these stories alive, because every missing person matters. Every mystery deserves answers. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and never forget the missing.